All right. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Bash again. This is gonna be a market review for previous week, and what I look to and what I think, or where I would favor price to trade into for this coming week. So we've got Monday opening, which is kind of a very good opening, but today wasn't tradable at all. And yeah, we've got Monday open bullish as well, and hopefully we get to my target, which I said last time in my video. I said it, and I made preference to the levels which I want price to reach to. So that's just kind of what I thought, and we did pretty much open, perfectly today, but hopefully we get that momentum throughout the whole week. And today wasn't tradable, to be honest, but it was kind of was manageable. But from the PM section, from the lunch section, it's just kind of way hard to trade. Market has no clear direction as to where I want to go, and it's just very hard for traders like me. I wouldn't make preference to anyone. Traders like me can navigate the market as to where price wants to go, and where your buy side level or sell side level are resting, and which you want to target. But it's all good though. We pretty much have the rest of the week, and hopefully we can get to trade a good price action. So it's the weekly chart for MNQ. This is the micro E-mini contract as well. So I've got a delay there though, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm just here to give a market review on as to where I want price to reach. So on the weekly chart, you can see I marked out this sell side imbalance right here, and pretty much we've traded into it for the past week. We traded once again. You can see the encroachment there, respecting it, and pretty much from the previous weeks we've closed above. And since we closed above this CB right here, what do you expect? Price to take out buy side resting above. From there, we might look for a reversal. So that's just what what fancy price to do. Because since we invest this gap, obviously on the lower time frame as well, if we take our sell side, you obviously want price to invest some sort of gap and then trade up into to take out buy side resting above. So that's just what that's just what I'd rather see price to do. And hopefully we do get that for this week. If not this week, maybe the coming week, but hopefully we get that this week and price action go back to normal. And what I really notice is the news, the current thing going on in the world right now is just kind of crazy, and which I think is really going to affect the market. Although we've got nothing too crazy right now, but I think if United States get into war, that's where I think market is gonna have a real big impact on the news as to if they go to war. So I think if they go to war, I think we're gonna get a real dump. Probably gonna get a dump to maybe this low, and that's just what I think, to be honest. And so like I said, we invest the CB right here. You can see a bit consolidation, but we did close above, and hopefully we get to all-time highs, which is buy side resting above here. You can see if I zoom in a little bit, if I zoom out or zoom in, you can see all-time highs there. So that's what I fancy and what I would love price to do. And I will just get down to the daily chart real quick. So same level on the daily chart as well. I've just had a little bit of context to it. So same buy side level right here. This was FOMC. I remember this day. Super good. I remember this day. Price dumped 1,000 points, and I did cut some scalp to pass my account there, but they what it is. Just try to FOMO into trading and try to cut some scalp. But so buy side resting above here. I'll fancy this to get taken out before we actually get to these highs, because we might take this out and then maybe react off the scalp again. But it depends what we get though. So we've got the same CB which I marked out on the weekly chart. You can see consolidation right here. You can see price respecting the midpoint of that gap. So we traded down, and immediately we had this strong bullish candle, and that was a good momentum. So we had a down close candle and a up close candle. So a down close candle got overlapped and got closed above. That gives us a order block. So this can be seen on any time frame: 15-minute, 1 minute, 1 hour chart, daily chart, weekly chart, the monthly chart. You can see this one anywhere. That's just how it is. That's a order block right there according to ICT. So we traded down, we took out this low right here, and pretty much we had a good momentum. We closed above this down close candle. That gives us a order block. And if I zoom in, you can see we've got a little bit of we've got a low CB right there. So I will just mark it out as well. So that's the order block there, and that's a CB right there. So you can see we traded into it, we wicked it, and we kind of take out all of these lows, sell side resting beneath, and from there we closed back in pretty much the next day, open as well, and then we open, traded down into it, and then from there we had a good momentum to the upside. So previous week on Friday we traded down, we tapped into the gap once again. You can see the body's there, respecting the upper half of it, and then upper half of that FVG on the weekly chart as well. And from there we pretty much have a good bullish momentum, which is the Monday opening, and that's very good. You want to see price get to your buy side right here, which is all-time highs. But apparently if we don't take out this high, there's no way we're going to get to this high. So that's just what I'm going to look into this week and see if we kind of just trade into that area there. So I'll just kill down to the 15-minute. So same level on the daily chart, on the weekly chart, same level we're seeing on the 15-minute there, and you can see that's the upper half of it, upper half of that FVG on the weekly chart there. We consolidate, breaks lower, breaks higher, respect this gap, trade it down. So Monday opening we gapped right, and we consolidate during the midnight open. Asia consolidate, London consolidate, and then from there New York open we traded up, clearing out these highs, and then from there we've been respecting this gap right here on this 15-minute. So let's go down to the 1 minute and see if we actually have good entries today, which I don't think we did. Well, yeah. So consolidate, like I said, consolidation, and pretty much we market open right here. So this would be, a lot of people will consider this as a first presented gap. I mean, I would consider this, and I'll tell you what, I will give you a reason why I would use this as my my first presented as well. But if you're not experienced enough, if I'm like me, I'm not experienced enough, so I wouldn't use this. But I would consider this as my first presented, but I wouldn't use it because I just have to follow the rules. I mean, if I use this as my first presented and then go invest, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, that's just a dumb situation I've just put myself into, which is kind of very, very bad. You just have to keep it simple. You don't want to fucking do some fancy shit. Yeah, that's just how I see it. So we clean out this lows just before market open, right? We clean out this is sell side right here. So this is sell side. So that's sell side resting beneath. We traded high, traded down, consolidate, and we took out sell side. So focus on this price action right here. You can see this candle right here. So this was the high that was made before price, traded down into this gap, consolidate, we then take out sell side. So this would be your last up close candle before this price run, right? So why would you consider this as your first presented? Look from this price action. This down close candle, if you're trading supply and demand, this should be your order block, right? Because it was the last up close candle before the price, before price traded down to take out sell side, right? What did price did as soon as market open? Price open, and then we just close above it. If this order block was to get respected, you want to see price wick back down and continue to trade down to maybe take out any previous low that was made. but instead we closed strongly above it. So that gives you what, a order block that got disrespected. So this then becomes your breaker block. So this would be your breaker, yeah. So why did I call this breaker? Because we have a up close candle, a price run to the downside, consolidate, will take out sell side, and immediately market open would close above this order block that was made, then gives you a breaker, right? So on that same candle, you can see we left us a gap there, which I'm gonna mark out. So that's your 930 candle. So that's one reason you can consider this as your first presented. I'm not saying you should use the 930 candle as your first presented, but in this scenario, this is a good scenario to consider this 930 as your first presented. So we pull back into it, trade it down into it, and consolidate, bricks higher, take out buy side, trade it back into it once again, and then form a fair value gap there, and then trade it high, and the rest of the day was just back and forth. A lot of people would trade it short right here. I mean, it worked, but it's not worth it though. You can see this price action is just is horrendous, bro. It's just hard to navigate where the price is gonna go. So yeah, that was just a little NQ review for the week, and hopefully my target is right here, bar side right here on the weekly chart. You can see as well. So we're currently consolidating. Maybe we get a retest of this breaker. I don't know. Maybe we get a sell side take out all of these lows, or maybe just come all the way down to take out these lows, or take out some lows here before we actually get back to trade into this buy side right here, which I'll show you on the daily chart once again. So that's just what I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen, but that's just what I kind of thought, and that's just what I think is gonna happen. But we'll see for the coming week, and maybe not this week, or maybe the coming week. And that's all I got to say. And if you find this video helpful, if you like the video, please subscribe, like, and comment. And I appreciate you guys for watching my video once again. Really appreciate you. And once again, if you see my YouTube channel, please subscribe, and I'll just keep dropping videos and sharing ideas on how to trade or anything about trading generally. And see you guys later, and hopefully I make a video tomorrow. Hopefully, and I get a trade tomorrow as well. And thanks for watching my video once again. I appreciate you guys. See you guys later.